This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
The Moses Lake City Council is making changes to generate additional revenue to cover expenses for its ambulance utility.
Ephrata City Council met Wednesday night and discussed the idea of a new fee to fix roads that will soon be taken to a public vote.
Central Washington Congressman Dan Newhouse says proposed tax reform bill H.R. 1 will benefit the Columbia Basin greatly along.
The Royal Knights have a new basketball coach, Royal High School alumnus Ray Valle.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
The Moses Lake City Council is making changes to generate additional revenue to cover expenses for its ambulance utility. The council held a budget study session Tuesday evening as the 2018 preliminary budget shows an about $181,000 shortfall for the ambulance service. Budget numbers show increases in revenue by collecting on insurance copays, which in the past had been written off, and collecting revenue through the Ground Emergency Medical Transportation Program that allows for supplemental payments to eligible ambulance service providers that provide service to Medicaid patients. A proposed increase to the utility rate fee from the current $11.50 to $11.85 per month will generate about $42,000 in additional revenue. The city is also proposing changing how it charges hotels and commercial properties. Currently, hotels and many commercial properties are charged the same rate per month as a single-family residence. The council is proposing a 50% occupancy rate model for hotels, which could mean charging the proposed $11.85 fee per room for half of the total rooms at the hotel. Commercial buildings under the proposal would be charged a utility rate fee for every 5,000 square feet. For instance, a 20,000 square foot building would essentially be charged 4 utility fees per month, although the rate for different commercial classifications will likely vary. City Manager John Williams said the city expects to have a balanced budget for the ambulance utility with the proposed changes. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Maytag and the family Pooch have a lot in common. Both are loyal, both aim to please, and both are tenacious dish cleaners. But only one can sanitize. Maytag, what's inside matters.
Maytag Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
Ephrata City Council met Wednesday night and discussed the idea of a new fee to fix roads that will soon be taken to a public vote. There were 2 options that were proposed: an additional $20 car tab fee that would bring in $200,000 per year, or an additional 2% sales tax that would generate $265,000 per year. Either of these options would pay for at least 95% of the budget that has been projected to fix the roads.
I like the sales tax because, well, one, you got areas like Shady Acres, Painted Hills, Glenfield Estates that are not in the city limits, but they would not be subject to that car tab. Yet, I think most of those people use the roads just as much as many of the citizens do. So I like the sales tax.
The council unanimously agreed that the sales tax was the best way to go, and they plan to take it to a vote during a special election in April. I'm Madison Meyer with iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Are your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Having passed the U.S. House on Thursday, Central Washington Congressman Dan Newhouse says proposed tax reform bill H.R. 1 will benefit the Columbia Basin greatly along with the rest of the nation. During a speech in Washington, D.C., Newhouse listed off the gains he believes the American people will get should this bill pass Congress.
This legislation would stimulate GDP growth up to 4% and provide more than 3% of a wage increase. In my home state of Washington, it's projected that almost 22,000 new jobs will be created, and a middle-class family in my state is projected to gain over $3,000 in after-tax income should this bill be signed into law.
During the speech, Newhouse got defensive as he addressed what he calls Democratic accusations about the bill being a major tax hike for the middle class, calling them patently false. Newhouse says the tax bill would create over 10,000 jobs, as well as a countless number of other benefits.
It eliminates special interest deductions. It expands the child tax credit. It establishes a new family credit for families taking care of a loved one. And it preserves the adoption tax credit. It allows a small business in Othello or a farmer in Yakima to immediately write off the full cost of new equipment, and it repeals the unfair estate tax which hurts family farms and small businesses.
The bill now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News.
The Royal Knights have a new basketball coach, Royal High School alumnus Ray Valle. Coach Valle has always had a burning passion for sports and came back to Royal City after graduating college in hopes of being a coach. Basketball in particular has always been his favorite.
Growing up, with me and my cousins and my buddies, we'd always go in the backyard and just play one-on-one, pig, 21, things like that. So it's always been a passion of mine.
During his time as a student at Royal High School, Valle played quarterback for the 2004 and 2006 football state championship teams. He expressed his love for the football program and football coach Wiley Allred, with many of his best players on the basketball team being stars on the football team. Coach Valle believes the winning attitude his players learn in football is key to winning in basketball.
You know, they know how to practice with a championship effort. You know, I know that they know what it takes to win a championship. You know, a lot of schools don't know how to do that, and having kids that can do that, it's huge. You know, if they go on to win, you know, the football championship and extend that into the basketball season, the winning doesn't stop. The winning attitude doesn't stop.
Coach Valle knows what it takes to win at Royal. He plans to make every practice count, and he has the talent to make some noise. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.